at any point in time, you should insist that these two people come to your farm early in the morning and not maybe in the afternoon or in the evening. And one of these people is first veterinarians. I know why. Veterinarians, because we know the nature of their work. They move from farm to farm. And if that happens due to biosecurity, they might end up bringing infection from other farms into your farm. So if it is very serious and you need them to attend to your animals, always arrange with them and plead with them. Once they wake up from their bed, they do everything they have to do, they come to your farm before they can go to any other place they want to. Alright, you need to always insist that they come in the morning to check on your animals for you. If you shift it to maybe evening time, but then they would have gone to other farms, and that is the case. They are not going to change their clothes for their tools before they come to your farm. They just rush there with their tools. And if maybe it was a very serious issue they went to attend to, they end up bringing it to you, and your poor animals will start to struggle with it. So that is why I always ensure that I'll make arrangements with my veterinarian if he is to come there. I ensure that I arrange with him so that he come very early in the morning. And with that, I keep reminding him the evening before the morning to let him know that anytime he wakes up and he's done with his household activities, my farm is the first place he's supposed to come. You should also insist they do that due to biosecurity measures. And I must tell you, livestock farming is prone to a lot of diseases, especially pig farming like this. If you're not careful, one day you wake up and your entire farm is gone. That is the disease outbreak. But in 4 years now, I have never lost any pig to a disease on my farm. Simply because I am the only one working on the farm myself, and I do most of these veterinary things by myself, except when it is very severe and maybe unusual. And once he comes there too, I make sure he comes early in the morning, which is something you should also always plan and arrange with the veterinarians. Usually if you do that, what they'll tell you is that they don't have money to fuel their vehicles to come there. So it's either they join somebody's own to do it, and the person will be coming in the evening time, so they join the evening one. No, if it is not that far, you can risk by giving some money to the person. Collect this money, fuel your motorbike, come to my farm in the morning. I want it that way. Or you come, I'll pay you extra. It is always best for you to do that with them. If you don't, and they just move around and last minute they come to your farm, your animals will suffer it. And the second people that they're supposed to always bring them to your farm is the buyers, especially those that buy in bulk. We know the activities. They are moving from farm to farm to ensure that they have animals to buy, so they can also go and sell. So sometimes they go to negotiate in a particular farm and it didn't end well, and then they quickly rush to your farm. We know most of these buyers too, when they come to your farm, they're going to be touching your animals. So imagine they've gone to touch animals on an infected farm, and then they couldn't maybe buy the animals, or they were not okay with the animals there. Now they are coming to your farm. Don't just believe that you have a place to disinfect or wash your hands. That one is good, but always ensure that if you are arranging with a buyer to come to your farm, ensure that it is done in the morning. I had an incident where I called somebody to come and buy a group of pigs on my farm. The person was like, he wants to come in the evening. I said, no, don't come in the evening. Come the next morning. And he was like, no, my motorbike is not with me. And the person might be bringing it the evening of the following day. So it means unless the next, I said, don't worry. I'll come and pick you at dawn so we can go there. So when I said that it's okay, well, he agreed. So by 4 a.m., I was in his house. We joined the motorbike and I took him to my farm, after which I brought him back after the deal was closed. You understand it? But if you don't do that and you allow these people to be walking around everywhere, and then they end up coming to your farm with infected clothing they brought, their vehicles, or even their tools, they'll end up infecting your farm, and that is where you struggle a lot to save your animals. Treatment is always more expensive than prevention. So for me, I believe in prevention. That is what I really believe in. So all these strange disease, hernia, and some kind of things happening in pig farms and livestock farming, me, I have never experienced any of them, simply because I go by the vaccinations and I also follow some schedules. I have some practices that I stand by. No matter what, for you to come to my farm in the evening, maybe on a more serious issue, other than that, I'll have you come in the morning of the following day. So veterinarians and people that buy the animals, they should not be allowed to come to your farm at any time they want, but rather in the morning, because by then they have gone to change their clothing, they had some shower, everything is a bit reduced, And then the next day, maybe there are some too, they used to wash their clothing before they even put it on again. But there are others too, they just take it, shake it that way, and they put it on, they come to your farm. Those ones are the dangerous ones. But for those that have a number of clothing, they just go, they shower, they sleep. The next morning, they change to new ones, or the old one that is washed. The infections and then the contamination is a bit reduced. And then they can come to your farm. For that, you know that you are safe. And even with that, what I used to do is after they are gone, I fill my knapsack sprayer with some disinfectant. And then once they are gone, I then make sure I spray the whole place one more time before I leave the farm. That is basically what I do. But it's not been very frequent on my part because I don't always allow them come to my farm at any time they want. But like I said, if they come at a time that I'm not very convinced with that one, I don't trust them. So I do spray it once they leave the farm to ensure that my animal is always safe. You understand? Like my veterinarian used to tell me that if you sell a single animal and used to treat 10, you are not running at a loss. But if you refuse to sacrifice one animal to treat the entire farm, you end up losing the entire farm like that. So for me, spending to save my animals, I don't really joke with it. And I make sure I go by the schedules I have for my farm. I remember when I used to be in school, back then university. My mom would just call me, Francis, I've seen some strange thing happening in your pigs and I'm not happy with it. Can you let your man come and check it for me? And due to the relationship I had with the veterinarian, even no matter where he is, and I'll call him, tell him that this is what's happening on my farm. I want you to go there the next morning, check it for me. And I just send him, before even ask, I just send him the transportation fee. He would take it. But the next morning, he'd go there, come back and give me feedback. So there was one time my mom, when she called me, she said the way the thing is, she's suspecting this African swine fever. And then, like, I became scared whilst I was on campus. And my whole mind was on the animals. I wanted to even leave campus and come back and check on these animals. I said, no, let this man go and do it. So when he went to so it was just a bacterial infection. So he gave the antibiotics and in 3 days, they started healing. My mom called me, Francis, everything is in order one more time. Your animals are healthy. So there's no need for you to come home. I said, wow, hallelujah, and thanks be to God. At least this Christian, I'm going to make some money from them. So that is what you need to be doing. Don't always try to keep or pocket everything to yourself. Yes, we know we say pig farming is a bit expensive, so most of us want to keep all the money to ourselves. Try to spend to protect your farm. It's always important. So veterinarians, the bulk buyers, always ensure they come to your farm first in the morning. And feel free to join my WhatsApp group. It's in the description. Just tap on the link to take you into the group straight away. And I'll see you there. We can talk more when we get there.